Ho, ho, just getting ready for the summer. It feels really nice right now, but I just know that heat is just around the corner. Just ready to slap you in the face every time you walk outside. And hopefully nobody else has been slapping you in the face. Kind of would ruin your day. But in that same vein, we're talking about traffic tickets today. What should you do if you get a traffic ticket? How do we handle traffic tickets today? You know, I was raised in a house back a million years ago that my mom used to teach me that if you get pulled over, you get out of the car and you act like a gentleman and you go to the officer and you tell them you're sorry and this, that, and the other. And mom's rules, while they taught me good manners, are no longer appropriate today. You stay in your car. You don't get out. And if for no other reason why you don't get out of the car, it's because the officers are trained to be, nervous about whoever's in that car. They don't know who they pulled over. You could be a maniac ready to, having a couple of submachine Uzis in there, if there's such a thing as submachine Uzis. The whole point is you could be heavily weaponized in there, and they've got to protect themselves. So they want you to stay in the car. Now, they're not going to say stick your hands out unless they're really, worried about you. But stay in the car. Now, next is your attorney at law. If the officer walks up and says, how fast were you going? Did you know you were speeding? And your answer was, yes, I knew I was speeding. Well, you've just admitted to a crime. And so I will remind you, you have the right to remain silent. Please use it. Please use it. You don't have to lie, but you don't have to admit to something that's going to put you in a nasty spot. Now, I know some people think that they have the silver tongue and can talk to officers and get themselves out of a ticket every single time. But just so all the rest of you know, that usually doesn't happen. Usually when you get pulled over, the officers, it's just a business transaction. They need to give you a ticket. They need to warn you to slow down because ultimately their job is to prevent people from getting hurt. They want to protect us driving up and down the highways. And if somebody's going 85 miles per hour in a 50 on a rainy day, probably we want them pulled over so that, they don't come around the corner, lose control of their car, and smashed into one of your loved ones. So that's kind of the whole idea on traffic tickets. Now, so what do you do once you get the traffic ticket? You just, you don't have to say thank you, but you don't have to be rude. And then you need to call the district court. And you need to call the district court and see if it's something that you just need to pay and can move on, or if you have required court attendance. And when you call down there to see if you have required court attendance, the next question is, am I looking at jail time? Now, probably if you've been going a couple of miles over the speed limit, you're not going to jail. But if you've more than doubled the speed limit, well, you may be going to jail. In fact, my sister, when she was 19, decided to drive through St. Louis, Missouri at 140 miles per hour. I cannot say that was a good idea, and she spent some time in jail. Because when you double the speed limit, then you are a threat to society. Not a good idea. And probably wherever my sister is, she's like, darn it, Fuller, don't say that on the radio. But it is true. So slow down, slow down. And when you talk to the district court clerks, they'll tell you what's going on. They'll tell you have to show up, and they'll tell you where you stand. It is at that point that if you feel like you've been wrongly treated, that you can hire an attorney to fight the traffic ticket, or you can plan to represent yourself and go down and explain to the judge, hey, I wasn't speeding, or I ran through the stop sign, but there were, bushes all around it and I didn't see it. Whatever your side of the facts is. And the judge will listen to you and then make a determination on how to move forward. And it will be some version of fine or suspended fine or anything that the judge has in his power to do based on the criminal charge that you've been hit with. So long story short, that is how traffic tickets work. And of course, if you go in front of the judge and you don't like what he says and he sentences you, you can always ask for an appeal bond and take it up to the circuit court. But that's a radio show for another day. So hopefully you're not getting traffic tickets out there or have any other legal issues, but life doesn't work that way for everybody. And if you've got legal issues and you need help, well, I'm Fuller Bumpers and I'd love to work with you. Give us a call. We'll bring you in. work through what's going on and get you headed in a better direction.